In 1589, a man was tortured in front of a crowd because people believed he was a werewolf.
Mercify guilt to me! Please spot!
This is a story from the 15th century. At that time, the terror of wolves was extremely high, and many people were becoming their victims. Small children and women were suddenly disappearing. During this period, Europe was already collapsing. The Black Death had wiped out millions. Crops failed. Winters grew colder, and wolves began coming closer to villages, and in the forests surrounding these villages, something was hunting. Wolves in medieval Europe were not rare sightings. They were real and dangerous predators. Starvation drove them closer to human settlements. There are recorded accounts of wolf packs attacking isolated farms and even entering towns during harsh winters, and in the midst of this, a terrifying panic about werewolves spread across large parts of Western Europe. It was said that men and women traveling through forests would encounter a man in black clothes who would give them something to eat, and that very thing would turn them into werewolves. Some versions of the rumor claimed the devil himself roamed in disguise. Others said certain cursed individuals carried enchanted objects, belts, salves, or powders that granted them the ability to transform into wolves at night. This story created an atmosphere of fear among the people, and everyone began looking at one another with suspicion. Neighbors accused neighbors. Families accused their own blood. Villagers whispered about those who lived alone on the edges of town. This fear took hold of many parts of Europe. In countries like France, Germany, Switzerland, and Estonia, hundreds of people were put on trial for being werewolves and serving the devil. Anyone who was even slightly suspected was captured and burned alive or killed through torture. Trials often relied not on evidence but on forced confessions. Under extreme torture, stretching racks, crushing thumbs, burning flesh, many confessed to impossible crimes. Confessions included claims of growing fur, sprouting claws, running on all fours, and devouring human flesh. Among all of them, the most horrifying and famous case was that of Peter Stumpp, who was also called the Werewolf of Bedburg. Peter was arrested in 1589 Bedburg. His case is one of the most documented werewolf trials in history. He was accused of killing and eating 14 children, 2 pregnant women, and animals like goats and sheep over a period of 25 years. Authorities claimed he mutilated bodies and consumed unborn fetuses. During interrogation, Peter confessed that the devil had given him a magical belt which he would wear to turn into a wolf. He claimed that when he put on the belt, he transformed into a powerful wolf with sharp teeth and immense strength. When he removed it, he returned to human form. But when authorities searched for the belt, there was nothing. No belt, no proof. His confession came after prolonged torture. After this, Peter was given a horrific death. On the 31st of October, 1589, before a large public crowd, he was tied to a wheel. Heated pincers were used to tear pieces of flesh from his body. His arms and legs were systematically broken. According to historical accounts, executioners attempted to prolong his suffering as much as possible. After hours of torture, his head was separated from his body. His remains were burned, and a wooden wolf figure was erected on a pole above the site as a warning to others. In the end, his daughter and wife were also burned along with him, accused of aiding his crimes and participating in devil worship. Many others were captured in the same way and killed through brutal methods, only on the basis of accusations and without any evidence. In France, the case of Gilles Garnier followed a similar pattern: accusations of child murder, confession under torture, and execution by burning. In some regions of Switzerland and the German states, entire clusters of werewolf trials occurred within just a few years. These trials continued for several decades, and people were killed based only on accusations. The legal systems of the time allowed torture as a legitimate tool for extracting truth. Once a confession was obtained, it was considered proof. There was no concept of forensic evidence, no scientific investigation, only belief. Today, historians believe that all of this was the result of weak legal processes, religious extremism, climate crisis, social instability, and superstition. Some scholars suggest that certain accused individuals may have suffered from mental illnesses, ergot poisoning, or rare medical conditions like hypertrichosis, which causes excessive hair growth, possibly reinforcing the illusion of wolf-like traits. These trials are still counted among the most horrific atrocities committed by humans against humans, because in the end, there were no werewolves, only fear.